Patrick, let me tell you something.
Tell me,
That
baby.
is the game that doesn't need a new game plus because it already has one, but also it's got new DLC.
Oh,
So this
we talking
comes
about
from
Elden Ring.
This comes from Ryan Dinsdale at IGN. He says, From Software has confirmed that Elden Ring's long rumored Coliseum DLC is real, and it's available tomorrow, December 7th, for free. So if you're listening to this on podcast, it's already live. Revealed in a new trailer, the Coliseum update unsurprisingly adds new PvP modes and lets players face off in the grand arena scattered around the lands between. The trailer doesn't go into specifics on what all of these new modes will be, but does clearly show both one-on-one battles alongside what appears to doubles and even three-on-three fights. The trailer's description also mentions free-for-alls, whatever that means. Quote, "Come forth, warriors, and bask in the glory of the Colosseum. The Colosseums of Limgrave, Lindell, and Caelid will open their gates, allowing players to engage in battles such as duels, free-for-alls, and team fights. The Colosseums have existed within the game since its launch, but have been inaccessible in normal gameplay. That didn't stop some people from exploring the area, though, as some modders got it worked early as April. PvP wasn't an option, of course, but various gladiator-esque fighting sequences were discovered, including fights between warriors and giant lions. Different sites of greats were also found in the area, suggesting that From Software would at some point allow people to travel between each Coliseum. We finally know for sure, however, that the surprise launch tomorrow will be the first piece of DLC outside of regular updates and patches that Elden Ring has received."
So I hadn't watched this trailer. I just knew it was announced. This looks awesome.
Yeah, the trailer looks really cool.
It looks really cool. I didn't know that you could have a whip in this game.
What? Yeah, it sucks. Well, I mean, no, there's good builds with it.
Okay, because
I wasn't a fan.
You weren't a fan. Okay, but so Kamen, so you were the Elden Ring boy, the old LD Ring boy.
Mm-hmm.
Is this going to bring you back? Are you jumping in the Elden Ring train?
Absolutely not.
Yeah. No, you're not.
No. Sorry. Yeah, the head nod and that I just no. Yes, absolutely will not get back in. This is not bring me back in because I don't like PvP.
Me too.
Yeah, and here's the thing, like Elden Ring and the Soul series, there are people who only play these games for invading. Like that's what they're drawn to this.
Yeah.
I am the complete opposite. If you were to tell me like, hey, there is new story content, or which there's not a story. Well, there's a story in Elden Ring, but whatever it is, I couldn't tell you. Nor probably anyone could tell you.
Best narrative of 2022.
So, but if there's like more like, hey, here's this new huge open area that you can go explore with a bunch of new bosses and lore and all that stuff, like I might consider getting back in for that.
Yeah. Do you think we're gonna get that?
Honestly, I don't think so.
Yeah. It's odd to me that this today, Tuesday the 6th, comes out tomorrow, Wednesday the 7th. Thursday the 8th is the Game Awards, which a lot of people, I think, assume Elden Ring will win Game of the Year. If it's not Elden Ring, it's going to be God of War.
Yeah.
I'm really surprised that we're not seeing this at the Game Awards, which makes me wonder, will we get something bigger at the Game Awards?
That's the assumption.
Right? Like we have to. There's no way this is the only thing that we're going to get from Elden Ring, right?
I mean, that's the thing. I think like on one hand, yes, I think that this is prime for additional story DLC. Like big DLC content could come in. They've done it with pretty much all the other games. I can't say off the top of my head that Sekiro got DLC content, but I know for a fact that all the other Dark Souls games did. Bloodborne even got the old Hunters. So they've done it in the past. But at the same time, there's like Miyazaki said the other day that it was like, yeah, we're in the final stages of our new game. So it's like, I don't know, maybe that's the big reveal is like, oh, hey, guess what? We just have a new game coming.
Man, can you imagine if we got fucking Elden Ring 2 at the Game Awards or whatever that is?
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing on that one. I think the likelihood is we might get like something based around Sekiro that seems way more small.
Sure.
I don't know. Like the thing is with Elden Ring is like you could in theory do an Elden Ring 2 and use the same world and then like just rebuild it. But then again, it's like I don't know. Like, are they building this game to be cross gen, or is this like
Mm,
just for the next gen? Like, I don't want. Also, I don't really know how big FromSoft is now. Like, how large are they? Do they have the bandwidth to be able to have two games working at once?
one guy.
Oh,
It's
that's
one
true.
guy
It's just
building
Miyazaki
all these
just
games.
fucking
Yeah.
grinding away.
Uh-huh. Nick, I've had this up for a second. Finally playing Elden Ring at Christmas time will be my first Souls experience. I'm excited. Kamen, do you have any tips for Nick? And then also kind of for me, because I want to play this soon too.
Yeah, absolutely. Here's my thing with that is don't worry about a specific build right off the bat. I think that's the big thing. Don't lock yourself into anything immediately. So just keep an open mind on what you want to be, because it really isn't until probably halfway to three-quarters in the game that you're really going to flesh out what you want your build to be for the rest of your experience. Then you can start dumping points into those. You can also respec, which kind of it puts you behind like a couple levels, but not a huge deal. So I would say, like, if you're new to Elden Ring, like, don't stress that much about it. Also, don't beeline straight to Margot.
Okay.
Um,
Margot's the first boss, the kind of like
Margit. Yes,
Margit.
do not beeline there right off the bat. You will get your teeth absolutely fucking kicked in. But I would say the first thing you should do, try to get to your third side of grace. Go ahead and pick up your horse and get your horse Torrent, because that's going to open up a lot of places. And just go explore that first open area a lot. Get yourself comfortable with the combat flow. Get yourself comfortable with how you want to play the game. I personally never really was successful with parrying,
Okay.
because it's very unforgiving if you can't parry correctly. But if you do, like I did, and I did like a strength build right off the bat, you can use like a heavy shield and like basically block a lot of incoming attacks. That will help you out significantly. But I will say, like, don't stress about like what you want your build to be, unless you just want to be magic build, then like you kind of have to put it towards magic. But like, build out your stamina, build out your health, and then like magic should be, unless you're just specifically a magic build, should be like the last thing you focus on, because your health is going to be critical. And just explore. And that's, I think, the one issue or the one concern I have with you playing Patrick is like, that's what you're gonna have to do. Is
Yeah.
there's no guidelines on how you play this game. There are bosses that you have to face at certain places, but you can take on certain bosses in random order. And you're kind of locked out of one particular area. You're locked out so you can't. But that's like a big story area, and
Okay.
there's like a really only there for like one big story moment, so that it basically sets the end of the game in motion.
Okay.
But outside of that, just like explore, go check out new weapons, see what fits for you. If you want to play fast, if you want to play slow and strong, like the sky's the limit for how you want to play the game. So don't try to pigeonhole yourself in too early. It took me, I would say, because I platinumed the game in about 100 hours. I would say it was around hour 50 for me that I finally figured out what build I wanted to have. So
Interesting. Okay.
just don't stress it that early on. Just go
Okay.
have fun and get your teeth kicked in repeatedly, because
Yeah.
you were going to die
Yeah. Oh, for
a
sure.
lot.
I expect that. I don't mind the dying. Sometimes I just need someone to hold my little tiny little hand to
Yeah,
tell me
no,
where to go.
look, that's my biggest issue. That was like what I was the most scared about with Elden Ring. Wasn't as
Yeah.
much the difficulty as it was like, I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to be going and doing. And there's going to
Right.
be times where you're just going to have to look at a guide, because
Yeah.
that's
I think honestly, I think I'm gonna just start with a guide until I feel comfortable, and then
yeah. And
let
then,
it go.
hey, if you ever get stuck on a boss, just shoot me a message and I'll jump into your game and be your boss in 10 seconds.
I do have the benefit of having a co-host that has platinumed this video game, and I should be using that.
My build, literally, when I went through, because I ended up doing New Game Plus to get like one final weapon I needed for the platinum. And I literally cakewalked myself all the way to like that big area, which is like right before like the turning point in the game. And it took me 35 minutes. I literally two hit killed the first boss.
Wow.
That's how fast I just threw it. Like, just absolutely ran. Like, that's the thing. Like, New Game Plus in this game, if you're that high of level, it means
Yeah.
nothing. Like,
That sounds fun though.
it's like God mode. It was awesome.
Yeah. Well, let's talk a little bit about a game that doesn't have builds, but it does have parrying, and that's Star Wars Jedi Survivor.